everyone, how are you all? I'm up today with the sketch challenge and we are using this lovely sketch by Laura Rumble. I love working from a sketch because it really sort of sparks your imagination, and I've had a little bit of a, well, not that we've fallen out, but Scrapbook and I have gone our separate ways for a couple of weeks because I've been busy making Christmas cards. So it's quite nice then to get back into the scrapbooking. So I'm going to be doing this sketch here. I'm going to be using this Carta Bella set called Home Again that I've had for quite a long time. I bought it with the intention of doing a scrapbook about our house build. So today I'm actually going to be using some photos from the house build. This is actually going to be my craft room. So this was how my craft room looked in July. This was actually when we just had the roof on. Then this is how it was looking in October with all the insulation that's gone into it. And this is how it's going to look when it's finished. So obviously we're not quite at this stage yet. I have bought the kitchen furniture that's going in there, but I thought it'd be quite nice to see it in the stages and then to do a finished one then of the scrapbook. For the scrapbook. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you onto fast forward and then you can see what I'm getting up to. I'm going to challenge myself to use some stamping on my scrapbook page because I do loads and loads of stamping. I love making cards using stamping, but I don't often use my card making stamps on my layouts, so I'm determined to pull my finger out and get a bit of stamping done. So we're going to go to a voiceover and it'll speed up a little bit, otherwise we could be here all day with me waffling, and let's see how I get on. So I'm going to start off by inking this rather large stamp, which is a wood grain. And I'm going to stamp it where Laura has lines on her sketch. I'm actually going to stay pretty close to the sketch that Laura's produced. I'm not going to switch it around because in my album lately I've done quite a few with the layers at the top and some at the bottom. So I wanted to do it coming from the side like Laura's sketch. So I'm just going to, I want to use this wooden frame around my white piece of card, but I love the pattern that's in the middle of it, so I'm just going to get that. Waste not, want not. It's not as if I haven't got plenty of paper, but I just really like the pattern on it. So I'm just going to trim down now. I think I'm taking 3/4 of an inch off each two sides of my white cardstock. This is just American Crafts textured cardstock. And as you can see at the moment, the stamp looks quite sort of, well, I think it looks a bit out of place with no other ink on it, so I'm just going to ink the edges now, and I'm using Tip Top Taupe, an ink pad from Stampin' Up. Now I usually keep my Stampin' Up ink pads for my card making, and then I use my Distress Oxides and things like that for my scrapbooking, but I'm trying to break a few rules today and try to mix and match my supplies to get the most out of them. So as you can see, I'm just using a blender brush now, just a cheapie from Amazon, and just edge the side. There we go. And I'm going to use liquid adhesive. Well, I'm trying to. As you can see, I'm struggling with that bottle there, so I just sort of throw that to the side. I'm using liquid adhesive because it gives you a bit more wiggle room if you haven't put your piece of cardstock down straight. Because let me tell you, there's been many times where I haven't put my cardstock down straight and you can't sort of adjust it. And then it bugs me then. So on the back now, I'm just going to use a little bit of sellotape just on the two sides just to keep it in place, because the adhesive I'm using there takes a little bit of time to dry and I didn't want it wiggling about. I love this paper here with the little vases of flowers. So I'm going to use that as my biggest layer to the left, and I'm just sort of cutting it down then to fit my white piece of cardstock. I love the muted colours of this this collection, this Carta Bella collection, and the paper is lovely, oh so lovely and thick to work with. You could just use it as a background piece on its own. I love the colours of the stripe there, Now this piece, because I've taken it from the centre of that paper, was a little bit short for the one layer. So because I knew my photos were covering it, I've cut it in the middle, and that way you get the most out of your scraps. So I'm now going to, I'm just thinking, right, I better start sticking things down. My ATG gun, the tape was about to run out, which it does halfway through. I struggle with adhesives in this video, I've just realised. And then, once I've stuck these little layers down exactly where I want them, there it goes, off to the side. I'm then going to mat and put some foam behind my photos because I want them sort of raised off. I don't make you watch all of that because I know you can all do that. And I'm actually using my T-square ruler correctly for a change, because I often sort of stick things down and then think, oh, I didn't have the ruler straight. I hate having to do tearing double-sided tape because I've got no fingernails. I've got a nasty habit of biting them, so it's really hard for me to get the backing off. So in a second I'm going to scoot forward and it's all going to be done as if by magic. There they all are, there's my photos. So I wanted them to come down chronologically, starting with the top photo, which is what it was like in July, and ending with the one that is the future view of the room. That My happy place came from a cut apart, and it was actually like a little van at the bottom of it. Well, I just wanted to use that sentiment then as my title. As you can see, because of the adhesive I'm using, everything wanted to come back off the page, which is why I put a heavy block on it. That sticker there said our happy place. Let me tell you, my husband can have his own happy place in the garage. He's allowed to visit my happy place, but he won't be staying in it. That sticker there I've put down the bottom, it did say hearth, but I changed it to say heart. I'll tell you why, because I didn't have my glasses on and I thought it said heart to begin with, and then I realised there was a H on the end. So I'm just going to use some of the stickers off the sticker sheet and just put some little banners on. So as you can see, I have kept really strictly to the sketch. I don't often stick this strictly to the sketch. I often sort of mix and match things, but I wanted to show that the sketches are there to help you. And I must be honest, after not scrapbooking for a few weeks, it's been a great way to get my imagination moving again and get me scrapping. So soon I'm going to be coming on to some still shots of my layout. I would just like to take this opportunity to thank you for joining me. Obviously, if you are playing along with the sketch challenge, we'd love to see what you get up to in Scrap Academy. If you're watching this on YouTube, we'd love to see you over at Scrap Academy. There's lots of great classes going on and there's lots of exciting things planned for Christmas. But shh, I can't say too much. So as you can see, I've just added some other little stickers saying the dates of the photos. And that is pretty much how my layout is looking. So take care everybody in this weird old world we're living in at the moment, and I shall see you very soon. Hwyl fawr ffrindiau.